Hello, everybody. This is a message for not only passport bros that are out, you've got out of the matrix, you've got out of the system, and you're flying around enjoying your life, but also those of you that are still stuck in the West. I want to warn you all about what's happening in Thailand. So, I want to talk about that, a brief sort of overview of what I think is happening in Thailand and why you should avoid that place moving forward. And yeah, I'll talk about that in a little bit more detail. Before we kick it off, I'm Dave, and this channel is dedicated to giving you no BS dating advice for the modern man. I spent the majority of my life up until around 6 to 12 months ago leaving the West. Look at this beautiful pool. There's this pool, the one next to it, it's another 50 meters. There's 6 pools in this whole complex. It's nice. Thailand. Let's talk about Thailand. Now, the majority of men, when they leave the West and they go on their first trip, everyone tells them that Bangkok's the place to go. It's very common. So many guys go to Bangkok. Let me explain what's going on over there right now. Now, on their border, they have a country called Cambodia, which is a lot poorer, and it is technically a colony of China right now. China is sick of Thailand for a multitude of reasons. They had trade deals. They were supposed to dig a Thai canal. You can check this, fact check everything that I'm talking about. They were going to build a Thai canal. Then they renegotiated to build a land bridge so that China can get their trade through Thailand. And the Thais delayed, and they wasted the Chinese time and money. And so the Chinese lately, what they've been doing is they've been arming a militias within Myanmar, which is on the other side of Thailand. See, Thailand, let's just say Thailand's here. On the west side, they got Myanmar. On the east side, they got Cambodia. On the north of them, they've got Laos and China. And beneath them, they have Malaysia. China technically controls Laos, Cambodia, and Myanmar right now. Thailand isn't a landlocked country, but it's very close to being. Now, they have some economic problems at the moment because China's they're putting some geo-economic pressure on them, and it's not just with the funding of militias within Myanmar, which they're funding both sides to create as much trouble over there. And so many refugees are flooding into Thailand right now that the Thai government's freaked out, and they've started to spend more money on their military. And they've just signed a pact with India for defense because they're scared of Laos, Cambodia, and China. And what could happen? They just want to have a deterrent. They just want to have the ability to defend themselves. The issue here is, one, the economy is struggling. So the Thai people are running out of money. There's fewer jobs. There's fewer people that are happy in Thailand. So it's not exactly a happy-go-lucky place at the moment. On top of that, because of the security pact with India, and I don't want to say anything I don't want to say anything bad about Indians, but Thailand's been flooded with an unbelievable amount of Indian people that are flying in there, and they're not really spending a lot of money. They're not like the British people or the Western people that will just throw money around. So there's not a lot of money actually coming in, but there's an oversupply of people and an undersupply of cash, which is not helping Thailand's economy. I also wrote an article about this in 2022 explaining why you shouldn't go to Thailand. It's starting to come true. They have demographic problems. If you look at the demographic pyramid, it's an aging population. almost as bad as Japan. So there's fewer girls in the age range in their 20s that you want to be dating anyway. There's just fewer girls in general in the country. And there's an oversupply of men because of the military pact flooding the country from India. And so the country is changing. It's militarizing. And I think the United States just put out this big, beautiful bill, which is going to create a lot of inflation next year. And I think the United States is going to run out of money to defend anything that China wants to do to Thailand in 2026. So that'll be a sweet spot for China and Cambodia and Laos if they wanted to do something, if they did. So on top of that, the United States, that should, in theory, be a friend of Thailand's, because so many Americans have gone to Thailand, so many passport bros for the last 30, 40, 50 years, that instead of actually supporting Thailand, tariffs on Thailand are exactly the same as, not as high as Laos, but almost exactly the same as Cambodia. Now, Cambodia is an enemy of the United States. Now, the tariffs are huge to put on Thailand. So exports coming out of Thailand they're going to shrink. That economy is in a lot of trouble. Thailand's in a lot of trouble. So why am I saying this? It might not only be the fact that the people might not be so happy there, crime rate might increase, and it might also end up in a military conflict where you might find yourself trapped in a war zone. So I'm going to get ahead of this, and I'm going to say to you guys out there, if you're going to travel anywhere, I would highly recommend you avoid Thailand. If you want to go to Thailand, have some fun. But there are so many other places in Asia that are better right now. So many other places. It's just dependent on how long you're going to go, and it's really just how long you want to go for. And the visas. They're the only two restrictions. But there's so many other places that are way better that I highly recommend. And it's not the usual places that everybody goes to. And so someone with a channel like this, I do speak to a lot of people that are traveling around Asia as well. So therefore I have my finger on the pulse of those people that are traveling to all these places. And Thailand's not what it used to be. Thailand's not fun anymore. I was on the phone to a friend of mine that's in Bangkok right now, and he was saying that the people are grumpy now. The locals are a little bit more scammy than they used to be. And it makes sense because their economy's in a bit of trouble. They're under a little bit more stress, a little bit more pressure. And that's going to flow on to how they interact with you. And this is only the beginning. This conflict in Myanmar could escalate. Cambodia has started digging trenches on the border between Thailand and Cambodia. The Cambodian military is actually preparing possibly to go to war with Thailand. You might not want to be stuck in that conflict. You can Google all of this. The Cambodian military they're digging trenches. And you cannot cross the border between Thailand and Cambodia as we speak. You can't cross the border. There's no way, unless you maybe fly in, but you can't do a land crossing. Because the militaries are there, pointing guns at each other, and they have a bit of a disagreement over a few temples. So it's not just about the temples, it's about the economic problems. It's the fact that China is best friends with Cambodia, and China's a little bit pissed at Thailand. Thailand kind of reneged on their deals. And lately online I've noticed, and a few people have told me, but they haven't told me that it's that bad yet, Thai people attacking foreigners and complaining and causing trouble against foreigners. I saw a video recently where where I think the guy was British, and he said "ni hao" to a Thai person, and it was a joke. It was a joke. The Thai person got so angry that they shut down the tour. It was some sort of a tour. Shut down the tour, and they threatened to get him deported for being racist. It wasn't because he really was racist. It was because he said ni hao, and the Thais really hate the Chinese now because they know that the Chinese are backing the Cambodians, and they know that the Chinese are causing all of the trouble in Myanmar. So you can see not only geopolitically and politically, but domestically at the ground level, if you travel to Thailand, you might be negatively affected by what's going on geopolitically and economically over there. So why would you go there? Just don't go there. Simple. I have been talking about this for the last 3 years, and now there's a lot of vloggers starting to talk about it. There's so many other places in Asia that you can go. There's so many other places. Just off the top of my head, where would be a better place? Right now, Taiwan is awesome. Japan is always awesome. Japan's awesome. Japan, Taiwan. I highly recommend the untouched cities like Kuala Lumpur and Jakarta. They're Muslim countries, so for some reason people don't go there, but they're awesome. The food is awesome. The girls are awesome. Passport bros would love their time over there. Taiwan is an amazing country. It's so advanced. And the girls are some of the hottest in the world. The food is so healthy. And everybody knows Japan is awesome. Japan's a little bit more expensive. Taiwan's a little bit cheaper. You get a longer visa if you go to Taiwan. You can go to Taiwan for 3 months. I think on an Australian passport, you could even go for 6 months maybe. I'll have to double check that. Taiwan's just open for people to come in and have fun. Taiwan, the nightclubs in Taipei are some of the best in the world. Japan is obviously awesome, a little bit more expensive. Nightclub scene in Kuala Lumpur is awesome. Jakarta, also Malaysia, the food is amazing in Malaysia. And it's cheap, or the hotels are high quality, and they work really hard. Their customer service, their hospitality is next level. Malaysia is it's almost like it's right there. Everyone knows it's there, but no one goes there. We always talk about countries like Thailand or Bangkok having too many tourists ruining it. Go somewhere where it's not being ruined, and you'll have a better time. So there's 4 options for you, other than Bangkok. There's a few other countries there, but I don't really recommend them. There is a secret spot. You're going to have to DM me to find out, but there is one sweet spot. And it's not what you think. Maybe if you search around, there's a lot of people leaving Thailand and traveling not too far to this place. It is awesome. But the visas are only 3 months. That's the only downside to this spot, but it's the sweet spot right now. It's definitely not Thailand, Philippines. It's not one of those countries. You have to be talking to someone who's traveling Asia to know where it is. Food is awesome. Hottest girls in Asia right now. Infrastructure is amazing. Fastest Wi-Fi, best hotels. Everything's cheap. And I'm not telling you. It's not China. So there's only a few more left. You could probably guess it. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't go to Thailand. Don't be stupid.